Welcome back to episode 138. So in last week's video, you saw me continue to strip down the back of the 79 car and manhandle that rear hatch on. In fact, I've got to remember to order the correct boots that sort of secure the hatch to the roof, I guess. I still need to do that. That's going really good, really pleased with that. And last week I launched membership and been overwhelmed with the support. So thank you so much if you've signed up to that. Really appreciate it. It allows me to keep doing what I do. I can buy more tools, more microphones, which work better, things like that. So that's really cool. Thank you so much. And anyone that's not signed up, please do sign up. There's a little join button at the bottom of this video that if you click that, you've got a really bad video of me trying to describe what it is, what it means. Anyway, in this week's video, what I want to do is sort of dive in and do a little bit more back there. I'll tell you about that in a second, but please remember to click like, subscribe, leave me comments. Let's get in there. Right, as a few of you have sort of commented, I'm getting increasingly worried about the raw metal on this car going rust across winter. The garage is dry, it's dehumidified and everything, but it is going to rust, and across Christmas I'm going to be a little bit all over the place, might not get much work done. So what I'm going to do then is prime it just with aerosol cans, just to get it some primer on there, etch primer actually, just so it doesn't rust basically. And then what we'll do when I take it to the body shop, we can strip that off, or if they want it left on, whatever. But it will just provide some protection across the winter. I don't know how long it's going to be till I get that into the spray shop. It might be a month or so, something like that. Knowing that I've got that rust to sort out of the back, I've got to lift the screen out and then strip all around the screen. I've got to take the doors off and strip all around the inside of the doors. And that's probably all I need to strip actually. But it's still going to take me a while because at the weekends and evenings everything takes longer than you expect. So what we're going to do today then is masking tape up. Cover everything I can. I've got some plastic sheets and things, and we'll sort of stick it on with masking tape, and then I'll clean the surface. I've got all the correct sort of wipe down stuff, I believe, and then we'll spray it. We'll get some etch primer on there. So I'm going to start by just putting this tape all around the inside edge, and then we'll stick the plastic sheeting into that. It is all quite dusty actually inside the car. I give the outside quite a good brushing over, so it should be fine, but it was better putting this on around the other way, and then you just stick it up to the inside. Not sure, I kind of just automatically did it this way round, but potentially it's better the other way, isn't it? I need to watch some of the pros, I think. Right, that's it fully taped up, so let's try and put some plastic on there. So this is going pretty good, I think. I'm quite happy with how that's going on. Okay, moving on to the rear hatch. Same trick really, just get the tape all the way around as best I can. So I can do it in longer runs this time. That's looking good. Right, so I'm going to use a tack cloth. I think I got all this stuff from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description, just if in case anyone wants to know what I was using. This I believe is, presumably it's like an alcohol rub, just to get off any of the dust from the DA.
Right, I didn't really bank on it being this windy actually. What I'm going to do quickly though is wipe down the panels with extra fast panel wipe degreaser and silicone remover. Again, off Amazon. I'll put a link below. So I'll run around the panels with this. This will get off any, well, it'll go off any grease and silicone, as the name suggests, with a microfiber cloth. Oh yes, it is kind of windy now, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, let's just go quick and see how we get on. Lots of dirt and stuff coming off with this, it's good. Piece of wood. Wood never lets you down. What might let us down is the weather, because it is certainly starting to look like it's threatening to rain. So let's get on with this really quick and let's see what we can do. I need a couple of minutes of shaking this can and then we can get on spraying. Okay, that's a good few minutes worth of shaking. I can't wait much longer because I think the weather's going to turn and it's blowing a gale. This is not ideal, but the name here is to get some etch primer on to stop this rusting. I didn't really think through what I was going to do at the doorway. I couldn't put any more of the plastic on because it's just too windy. So I put the tape down there. And that's kind of as far as I thought. This is going to be me winging it, I think, isn't it? That's a good thing here, it doesn't matter how much goes on or whether it splats it or what, does it? I'm not too worried about this area because it's not actually raw metal there. I'm really trying to focus on the metal parts. Dripping as well, which is great. Let's wait for the wind. It's a bit windier when I get the spray can out. I don't think it's ever going to be a good job with this amount of wind. We have a mission, so let's just stick with it. Stop this thing rusting while I wait for the body shop. Okay, the moment I start spraying, the wind builds up. Maybe half this spray has gone in the garden somewhere. Okay, that is one crappy coat put on. But there's now no bare metal, which is the name of the game. This is the last little bit, and really, I don't want to say it's a vanity bit, because none of this is vanity, is it? Let's be honest. It's functional, but I'm doing this so at least it looks uniform. I can't spray because the wind is blowing the spray away. Every time I try, the wind gusts. Can you see the spray going off sideways? I mean, ultimately it just uses a lot more, doesn't it? But this is ridiculous. I think I'm going to spray on that inside in the garage. It's going to be a bit easier because I need to take the rubber seal back out and everything. So let's do that. Let's wrap up outside.
Now, something I've been meaning to do for ages, and I'm surprised no one's moaned at me, is strip these door cards back off. I put them in the car so they came out the house and my wife stopped moaning at me. But now they've sat in the car with all the dust and everything, they're really grubby. I mean, of course it's going to clean up, it's no problem, but I really need to get them out before it goes away to be sprayed. And now I'm offloading everything up into the attic. These can go up there as well. The attic actually is nice and dry. Should be pretty secure up there. So let's strip these out, get them upstairs, along with everything else. And this should just pull out of here, like that. So anyone who watches the channel will remember that I actually rebuilt the back of these with my own reinforcement aluminium strip, backing plate, whatever you want to call it. It worked really well. You can buy them online, not my ones. You can buy them online, they're about £100 for a pair, or I made them for probably, well, it's probably about £5 plus my time, which is, my time's free. So I'll call those £5, which I was pretty pleased with. You can see how they look there. It's actually this that mounts then against the door, and this is bolted and screwed onto the armrest. Works really well, I'm quite pleased with that. Let's just click that shut. Right, next, ready to go upstairs. Right, and there's nothing else sort of screw-wise holding this on, it is just the pops. These little poppers, whatever you want to call them. And even those are pretty weak because I didn't actually go through popping them all in correctly. I actually think I've got the wrong ones, so not a major problem. I can fix that next time around. It was great to have these on the door just to test them out and see if they all work still, which they will, and they'll look great when they're on the car. But they're now off the car, so let's get these upstairs. Don't ask. This is how we get into the car when it's parked in the garage. Woo. Okay. So now I need to just take all the bits off. Right, the big problem is going to start now because I need to get into this corner and I can't open the door. I'll just see if I can feel where I need to undo. That would be a good start, but as it stands, I can't. Oh, fear not, it's not even attached. I wonder why that is. Oh, let's not ask questions now. Let's just be happy that it wasn't attached at all. Saves me one job. I try and always put the bolts and things back on their proper holes. In their proper holes. It makes my job easier later, and I don't have to store them and then forget where I put them. There. Whew. Okay, so that's the 2 door cards off. As I say, they'll go away. Actually, I need the speakers. If anyone knows what speakers to fit on the early cars, they sort of go in these sort of recesses. One here as well. They're very thin, so if you know what make, or ideally the model number, just post it to me, please. Anyway, let's get this upstairs into the attic. Right, what I'd like to do now then is try and get these wings and bonnet off. To do that, I need the front bumper off, and to do the front bumper, I need to move the car back. Because I've been working on the back of the car, I've driven it sort of right up close to the bench, and there's just no room. So I'm going to whip it back into neutral and try and roll it back, and see if we can create a bit more space. Apparently. Right, and we're about, that's about as far as I can go. We're back in the park, and that creates enough space. Right, okay, that's looking good. Now, I'm sure you remember the fun times I had taking the GT's bumper off, which is just there. This one is a different beast. It's exactly the same bolts and things, but I've had this on and off many times, so it should be pretty straightforward. I don't think there's a massive amount holding this one on. No, there's nothing this side. Right, this should come out quite easily. Now this was powder coated 2-3 years ago, I suppose. So this looks really nice. This is the thing I'm talking about. That came up really well. Now let's tuck that away. You can see that on camera. Yeah, like that. Nice with stainless steel nuts, screws, whatever we're calling them nowadays. So this side, I bet, just comes out. This side clearly has something in. It's probably here that I've got the sheared off bolt. Yeah, there we go. These are so much easier to get off than the others. The GTs, there's less piping, and there's probably the same number of bolts, but obviously many of these are snapped off, and I've had it off many times before, so it's pretty straightforward really. Right, that's that out. Next job's probably a bit boring from a spectator standpoint, but it's me getting my arm back inside the wing there. There's a couple of bolts down that line, roughly seeing what you're seeing. I think there's 3 or 4. Then I just run along the inside of the bonnet, and then the wing theoretically will come off. Now, it won't straight away because it's held on by this sort of like a glue on the inside there. And I'm hoping to be able to get my heat gun inside there, link in the description, to sort of melt that off, and then it should come away quite easily. On the driver's side, where I had that wing off before, I didn't heat it up, and I sort of pried it off. It took a long time, and I risked sort of warping the panel, which I'm hoping I didn't. It doesn't look like it did because it still fits really well, but that's something to watch out for. So like I say, there's not a great deal to see here apart from trying to squeeze an arm in. There's quite a lot of junk in there already. To see if I can get on one of these things, I'm going to extend this a little bit more. I've got one more extension I can pop on there, and I should just be able to get in. I could take the wheel off. I can't be bothered. I think is the truth. It's I'll have to jack it up and do all that sort of rubbish, and it's easy if I can just get my arm in. Right, now stops, does it? Okay, so I think all of the bolts are out of this wing now. What I'm going to do is use my trusty heat gun, 23 quid on Amazon, link below. I'm going to get in there and heat up the, I guess it's the firewall side of the wing, because it's bonded on there with some gluey stuff. Heat it up, I don't know what I put, 100 degrees or something like that. It should then just lift off really gently without damaging the wing. Adding heat and gently pulling it. You can see this, it's not stuck about that much so far. So I'm just going to pull from down here. I'm going to put the headlight away, aren't I? That's pretty stupid. I'm clear to do that. I have nothing trapped in there. So let's quickly put the headlights down. Just here. Really curious to see the condition of the inside of the wing. Take this off. Since I can, I might as well. There's just one little tiny bit holding it on now, so let's get that hot. There we go, 100 degrees coming right up. Let's try that. There we go. Perfect. Never fails, does it, the old heat gun? Good. Okay, so there's another wing off. Actually not bad in there, actually, now I look. I thought I could crunch a bit of rust just here. There's a tiny little bit. We're going to have a proper look at that in a minute. Not bad, the usual corrosion along here. This is actually corroded off of the wing. You know, this is steel, so it's either rust or not, but this is oxidized aluminium there. Good, all right, let's get the other one off. I'm going to leave it there this week. I'm pretty pleased with that. I feel like a hunter next to the animal that is just slayed. You know, it's sort of the wing is off and everything. I'll take the other wing off. That will come off easy because I've had it off many times. The bonnet will come off easily. I've not taken them off now because I have to store them somewhere. At the moment, they're sort of not taking up any space, where this wing I'd never had off and was worried if I could actually get it off easily. Came off pretty good, actually. I'm pleased with that. So if you've made it this far through, I think I deserve a thumbs up or a subscribe, definitely a comment. And if you're feeling really generous, click the join button and subscribe, membership, etc. That'd be really appreciated. But anyway, this is effectively the Christmas episode. So happy Christmas, everyone. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time.